Welcome to All Road 65 Max Radio, where the road ahead gets brighter as we journey towards truth, traveling through our dreams and an inspiration into a new reality. It's time, and your ticket is waiting. All Roads Lead 65 Max Radio with Pamela Henderson.
On BBS Radio, All Roads 65 Max Radio. My name is Pamela Henderson. I am your host. Established in 2012, my focus is my mission statement: to create a quality of life through social growth, inspiring jewels to become leaders by establishing partnerships with corporations, donors, sponsors, entrepreneurs, the community, and abroad. Please join me every other Tuesday at noon on BBS Radio and follow me at allroads65max.org. My special guest today is Miss Bethany Shelton, founder of Be Limitless, transformational speaker and coach, who says we live in a world where people are searching for more information, more motivation, and more answers. Yet, despite unlimited access to knowledge, many still feel overwhelmed, disconnected, anxious, or stuck, repeating the same patterns. What if it's awareness? At last, I want to say thank you for joining me and giving me this interview chance, Bethany, and welcome to the show.
Oh, like I said before we got on here, I am beyond grateful to be able to connect with you and your audience today. And, sending that love and that energy from my heart all the way to yours.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And where are you located?
I'm in Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, Memphis.
Yes, girl.
So what is it exactly to do in Memphis?
Well, if you're a kind of an introvert and kind of like me, I'm kind of aware of my energy, so I don't get out too much in Memphis. I just, I do my own thing. I'm building this company, so yeah. But there's a lot of things if you like blues, jazz, things like that. There's some Art Deco. There's some pretty cool things popping off here in Memphis. Some hiving and jiving.
Okay, and how's the weather right now? Is it hot?
Girl, it is extremely hot. You open your front door and it is literally like the humidity just smacks you, and it's just all of a sudden your clothes become just, yeah, I tried to get out in that garden yesterday and it was excruciating.
I bet. Well, I'm in California, of course, in this little city called Brentwood.
Okay.
But not Brentwood in Southern California. I'm in the Brentwood in Northern California. So
Okay.
We're getting about between 94 and 101 degrees. But
you don't have that humidity, though, do you?
Yeah, we don't have that.
But you got those mountains, though. Ooh. Yes.
So I have a lot of questions. But my first question, because I'm very inspired by you, you are the founder of Be Limitless. Tell me about
Limitless Now. Be Limitless Now.
Be Limitless Now. Tell me about the company.
This company was forged through facing my worst traumatic fear. And through going through this fear, I got to endure post-traumatic growth.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this company has been forged from my heart, from a lived experience, not theory. This is exactly from everything, all the awarenesses, all of the aha moments of connecting the dots between myself, my heart, and what I was truly here to do, stepping into my purpose through my pain to purpose.
Pain to purpose.
Yes, honey.
That gets us all the time, right? Pain to purpose, because we understand when you go through pain, there's purpose. There is purpose.
But when you're going through that pain, you're like, you don't see the purpose in it. It hurts, and all you see is the struggle, the hardness, the why me, how come me. But once you get through that other side, you're like, why not me? Why
Right,
not me?
right.
Through connection of self, and through I don't know what other people might say, God, source, creator, universe, whatever you call there, but stepping into that pain and that faith, and allowing this to be your greatest teacher.
Absolutely. Totally agree. And speaking of that, I must say,
Mhm.
I am inspired reading your biography. It
Mm.
is very heartfelt. It's a heartfelt story how you had overcame addiction and how you wanted answers on how you can rebuild your life by studying human behavior. Tell me more about that because that's very interesting because it takes guts to become self-reliant with
Well,
purpose.
here's the thing. At the age of 8, I was diagnosed with ADD, attention deficit disorder. So, as any great family, they took me to a psychiatrist, and psychiatrist said, "Oh, Bethany needs to be on these prescriptions." Not knocking if it helps someone, great. But for me, I fought it. I was like, "No," I mean, because I was absolutely
Mm,
drugged with a scheduled narcotics now out of my mind, and I'm 8 years old. So,
mm,
guess what that taught me? That taught me that it wasn't okay to be myself. That I was, it's not okay. Society is not going to, accept you. School, teachers, my student body. It's not okay. I have to be on this medication in order to be able to be present in at that time in my reality in my life. So of course that program I bought into, installed, downloaded, and kept it running. I kept on choosing that pain cycle, that looping. And I was wondering why nothing ever changed.
right,
But
right.
that was something that was told to me. So yeah, once I started to recognize, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome.
Right.
Yeah, no. So once I no, that's not going to happen, girl. So I had to start choosing something different in order to have a different outcome, a different possibility show up. So yeah, that was awareness on what I was choosing for myself, and then being aware enough to say, "Hey, I'm not the victim here. Quit blaming others and shit. This is what I was choosing as I got older, and instead, kept on choosing that. So, just coming to the awareness that I have choice. I'm going to break the pattern so I can shift my reality."
So when you were on drugs, you just stopped, or
Yeah,
did
yeah, man.
you just
Yeah,
went cold
yeah,
turkey,
yeah,
stopped, and you
yeah,
just moved forward,
yeah.
and you did some self-preservation within?
Well, through my life, I did different stages. So it was alcohol, and then I made a choice one day. I'm I'm done with that. And for me, I'm the type of person that um I didn't need rehabilitation. I didn't need someone to tell me I was doing a good job for choosing. I didn't need somebody to stroke my ego. And hey, no knocking if that's what you choose. But
Right.
for me myself, so, but then I noticed that I would choose something different. I would do a different drug. So I went through a whole different categories of different drugs. But when I got through, when I made that choice, nope, this isn't working for me anymore. I'm going to choose something else. So then I just once I was able to pick up and see the loop, being the insanity moments.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm done. And that's when I just, yep,
She said, I'm
yep,
sick and
done.
tired and sick and tired.
I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
And that's how it goes mostly, I tell you. And
Yeah.
that is the cutoff point with
Mhm.
everything that we do. I mean, everything. And it's funny you stated that because um I like wine,
Mhm.
right? But since my diet has changed, and this has been some years or whatever,
Mhm.
and as I am getting older, you know how you cut out a lot of different things, like you stop eating this, stop eating
Yep.
that. And alcohol just, I remember eating in out to lunch with some colleagues and I had a glass of wine. It just didn't taste the same.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like, ugh. And so I had from that day moving forward, I said, you know what? Alcohol is not for me anymore.
You know, it's funny. Us, the women that are listening can understand and appreciate this. For a woman, you have to be a biochemist, biochemistry, because everything that you eat affects the body. The
Absolutely.
hormones, you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Everything.
all
Everything.
these things. So I get it. And as for me, I totally understand exactly what you're saying, because as I'm getting older, my body's changing, and things
Yeah.
that I used to do, things
Yeah.
I used to eat, no,
Mm-mm.
no,
You can't do it
mm-mm,
anymore.
no.
And so, and it's funny too, because when you look at it, like when you get past 40, you have to watch your weight. You have to make sure that you're not putting things in your body that's going to cause you to collapse.
Yeah.
And what I mean by collapse, meaning that, we start feeling tired, exhausted. And that's how we lead to taking this pill or taking that pill and everything. And I believe in self-healing. I believe in living off the land of what's growing versus going to a doctor and getting this
Mhm.
pill, that pill.
Yes.
And
Yes.
no,
Yep.
I want to age gracefully, and that's what I'm doing.
I've got an interesting concept for that right there. Isn't it interesting that what do you call the bottom of your feet? The shoes that you wear, your soles.
Hmm. Hmm.
So for me, what I assist with my clients, I'm like, babe, go outside and take your souls off so you can connect to God's source's creation through his son, which is the SUN. So you can absorb and recalibrate and activate the energy, frequency, and vibration, which is what is hosting us, which is the planet Earth, and get in resonance. Just feel, we don't walk around with our shoes off,
Right.
because we have these soul blockers on called tennis shoes. So it's so interesting, when you look at the verbiage and look at the ways of the world. Yeah, it's interesting.
So tell me, Bethany, in your opinion,
Yeah.
why empowering others matters now more than ever?
Well, you know what? First and foremost, you've got to empower yourself before you can worry about others. Once you are that embodiment of empowerment, once you know, feel, and believe that you are the most powerful being in your reality, in your world, in your moment, in your day, but not being like powerful as, oh, I'm trying to dominate. No,
Right.
powerful that I am here, I'm present, I'm aware, I'm nurturing, I'm compassionate, I'm all of these things. And
Yeah.
when you admit that, everybody's going to feel that. And then when you speak, talk, and share what you are, what you have, that empowers someone else. Because
True.
everything on this earth is energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything, everything,
Everything.
everything,
Everything. Yes,
everything.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Bethany,
Mhm.
I am guilty. I am guilty.
What you guilty of, girl?
Let's explore why we repeat familiar patterns and how awareness changes the brain and our nervous system. And the reason why that question,
Mhm.
whew,
Yeah.
touches the heart is because, let me give you an example.
Mhm.
So I have been, how should I say this? I've been requested it for, to go, to be part of the UN with my foundation,
Mhm.
right?
Right,
That is something that is what? That's extraordinary, right? That is something that is good. I mean, who wouldn't? Correct?
right.
But the pattern that I'm having a problem with is, and you tell me your opinion, and what should I do about it?
Mhm.
Because I'm a little confused. but I need an answer because has been going on since 2015. Me being requested, right,
Mm-hmm.
to be acclimated in the UN. And I don't have a problem with it. My foundation and my services and what I present, oh, absolutely. It would be good for the UN because I am international.
Mm-hmm.
Great. But the problem that I'm having, Bethany, is that every time I'm being requested to come to the UN, to, join and have this meeting and everything, I am being charged a fee for every little thing.
Oh, oh,
Listen,
oh, okay.
I am being charged a
Mm-hmm.
fee to, for the, now, I want you to put in your head that
Mm-hmm.
I am being requested. It's not me want them, they want me.
Yeah, they want you to come
But
pay.
I'm paying these fees. I'm paying a fee to join. I'm paying benefits. If I get these benefits, I have to pay for these benefits. Not benefits like you do at a normal job and you come out your paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
These are benefits. Oh, you have to pay for this. You have to pay for the agent fee of something FedEx to you, and it never happens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nothing has happened. I'm like I'm exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And so that question right there of the patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And as you stated, it can start affecting the brain and your
Mm-hmm.
nervous system because it's a habit.
Mm-hmm.
It's familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to ask myself, Bethany,
Mm-hmm.
am I just crazy?
No, no, not at all. Not at all. But it's interesting because, you know, if they valued you, they would come and pay you because your time is precious and what you're bringing is something that's going to bring awareness to the UN. But it's interesting that they're asking you to pay, but it's also interesting. And I had this conversation with a client this week. I was like, it's interesting that when it's hunting season here in the South, they make you pay in order to kill a deer. But when the deer hits your car, nobody, no, no, I don't know. No,
Right.
nobody's responsible. No. Mm-mm.
Right.
So, it's what I call thinking is stinking when you allow, yes, this great opportunity has come, but you already have the knowingness. You already have the awareness that something's not right. They're asking me to pay. They're not, kind of seeing that I am a value and would even like to compensate me. I'm gonna have to pay you to speak. That's kind of a little strange, but you know, um, I just lost it. It just went out my mind. Boop.
Yeah, see. But here's the thing. Oh, they're offering the benefits and everything
Uh-huh.
that comes along with it, but it's nothing never happening. And then you're back to pressuring me again of saying, we're expecting you to come here and blah, 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 but there's nothing happening. So
Yeah.
this last time, I'm like, I'm over it because
Yeah.
maybe God is saying to me, enough. It's enough.
Yeah.
Okay, because things become toxic.
Mm-hmm.
So the ship
Mm-hmm.
has sailed.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't do it. But I just wanted to say, as you hear me say, I'm
Mm-hmm.
guilty.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of these familiar
Girl. Yeah.
patterns that are never changing.
But here's the thing is, once you recognize the pattern, are you going to allow the mind, the thinking, the storytelling? And isn't it interesting? The mind likes to tell you stuff that ain't real. It's not true.
Right.
It's not true. It is the ego state
Mm-hmm.
trying to keep awareness. But here's the thing is that when you are in presence awareness, you understand what's being shown, presented. And when you have that thought pattern around it, you drop the thought pattern. And what I teach is that you drop into the most advanced piece of technology you possess. And we have been taught, told, and trained that it is only a mere organ pumping blood through our body.
Right.
Your heart carries more information from the heart to the brain than it does from the brain to the heart. You have more electrical energy running through your heart than a bolt of lightning. Your heart is a powerhouse. And when you drop into the heart, it brings you to presence. And what is presence? Presence, are you going to react? Or are you going to respond? And what's the difference? Reacting is doing that same thing over and over again, being the same, hoping
That's
because
like
that's what you
a
always
person
do.
in domestic violence. When you realize that this person is not going to change and they're violent, and so you leave it alone, and they come back with something else that's intriguing for you, or interest for you to move forward. Then we back to that same old pattern.
Yes, honey. Mm-hmm.
Back to that same old pattern. So I was interested in that, and thank you so much. You
Yeah.
also stated that our thoughts, emotions, beliefs, habits, and even our nervous system quietly shape how we experience life. Yet a few of us have been taught how to recognize those patterns. Now I know we were just touching bases on that,
Mm-hmm.
but in your work, you are really focused on these patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more.
Yeah. So, okay, it's so interesting, being aware of what it is you think. Because what you think about, you bring about. What you bring about, what you think about, you'll experience. So gathering what your thinking process, how many of us have allowed our minds just to, they just think whatever they want?
Right.
Well, when you think a thought, that energy, it's a frequency, that thought pattern sends it out to the quantum field. If you're unaware of what you're thinking, just allowing it to go, you are putting out that frequency. And that's where one thing that I've totally trained on, and that's the big, changing concept here to change the pattern is to drop into the heart and get present. Because how many of us do the same thing over and over again and we just don't think anything about it, such as brushing our teeth?
Yeah.
We've got to get a new neural pathway firing within the brain. So that's as simple as when you get out of bed, what foot do you step with? Probably normally the same foot you always step with every morning. That right foot. That right foot's going to lead. That right. Well, how to gain presence, how to gain new neural pathways, new firing. Think of a piston like a car in the brain. So when you get out of bed, pop out with that left foot. That brings you to presence. That brings you to awareness. That's going to start getting that neural pathway where a new program, a new awareness can start to shift, shake, and formulate. So continue that throughout the day.
Mhm.
So if you're going to brush your teeth, if you're dominant right, you're going to usually brush it with the right, and you don't even think nothing about it. Start popping off with the left. And that's going to continue. Once you do that with almost, all these steps, that's going to continue to get you to presence, awareness. Because presence, in the presence moment, the infinite now, is where creation is made. So you can choose not to continue that same pattern looping, that same storytelling, that same, addictive behavior of being unconscious and unaware.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
Great feedback. Great
Yeah.
feedback.
Yeah.
So your training has great results. I read.
Mhm.
The feedback from your clients states how the group conversations leave them feeling renewed with a
Yeah.
sense of possibility of themselves. Tell me a little bit more about that, because I think that is so important.
Yes.
When I have my forum with my girls and we have these discussions,
Hmm.
and a lot of them come with trauma,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But after these discussions, they come with a renewed mindset. And isn't that what it's all about?
Yes. Gaining awareness of what the mind is telling, projecting, what gaining access to what you think. That is the key because this is the tool. The body, you're an infinite being. And how you are a spirit, a soul within the body. The body is what it is the tool for the reality. You're when this body dies, you ain't gonna die with it. This is just a shell for you, for the spirit, for the soul. So, it is so interesting in starting to connect with your tool, with your, device almost. This is the body's what wears the clothes. The body's what eats the food. The body's what has the relationships. But we hadn't been never told to connect with this, with this piece
Mhm.
and absolutely love everything about it because I mean, this is just for a brief little nick in time experiencing this world and this body. But we've been taught to judge ourselves, have points of view,
Yeah.
go to conclusions. When
Yes,
baby, just get present with it and communicate with it. Start talking to every cell in your body. Baby, you're going to activate, elevate, and man, thank you. I am so grateful to have you.
absolutely. I do that now. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Because when you're in that state of gratefulness, man, you feel good. You can't help but almost smile. But man, start
Right.
just for a minute. Think about that last person that pissed you off and you're so frustrated. Do you feel how literally your shoulders will bend in when you're thinking those what I call lower aspects of frequency? The
Mhm.
blame, shame, that hurt, that negative mind talk. You what I call it, you're collapsing and restricting in on yourself. And you keep doing that. Guess what's going to show up for you? Some disease. Some disease is going to show up in that body for you. But man, when you're grateful and you're activating, you're talking to your body and everything is a tool for you and you're communicating with everything and you don't have a judgment, you don't have a point of view. You're just here and you are smiling, you're thriving and vibing because you know every experience is what you came here to do, to have a human experience through this body, through this tool. And man,
Hmm.
I'm going to connect with it and I'm going to have, man, you better watch me go.
Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
give me an example of how you help people identify the unconscious patterns influencing their decisions, relationships, health, and their confidence.
yeah. Number one. I'm gonna ask you, we're gonna do a bunch of talking, self-talk. What are you saying to yourself? What's going on? Because like I said before, what you think about, what you bring about, you're gonna experience. Are you the creator of of your world? Or are you the victim? So we're going to talk about a series of things. Then we're going to go in and because we weren't taught about energy frequency and vibration. We weren't taught about energy hygiene. We were not taught how to clear our fields. We were not taught about, we were only taught if you see it, then you got to believe it. But baby, there's a whole different world on the unseen, unknown, unacknowledged realm. But we're gonna explore all of these. And yeah, it gets a lot. It gets when we
Deep,
get
it
to that
gets
point,
deep.
it gets interesting. It gets
Mhm.
interesting when you start to activate and talk and have the awarenesses of your ancestors. When you start to have, for me, I have a very special somebody on the other side that I connect and communicate with. Yeah,
Isn't it great? I'm like that with my mom.
yeah,
I'm very spiritual,
yeah. I am
and
too.
I believe, like she was my best friend.
Yes,
And anything, any questions, if I needed anything, she was always there. And I still do the same thing, but I'm
yes,
doing it just a little differently now because that means I can go into my quiet room and I
mhm,
either can talk to mom or talk to
yes,
my talk to God,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that is so important. So I appreciate that feedback.
Sure, sure.
Bethany, you say people should believe rather than telling them
Mhm.
what to believe. How do you invite someone to become curious about themselves? And I know you have touched bases on that,
Mhm.
but it's a lot of familiarity of that's needed where people need to understand the services of what you are offering.
Yeah. So, your belief is what you will experience in this world. I mean, seriously, your beliefs are huge. And with my clients, I get them, we get to that end goal. What is that end goal? If you are living that dream life, what would that be?
Mm-hmm.
What would that be?
Okay.
And we walk to that point. Because once you are already that, there's no you lack nothing. You are abundant in everything. You can be abundance in lack. You can be abundant in negative mindset. You can be abundant of unworthiness, but you're always abundant. So getting aware of what the end goal would look like for you and start tapping into the knowledge, to the awarenesses of how we're going to get to that point. What signs, synchronicities, messages, what's going on in your world that's withholding you from achieving that. So that right there is the shift.
It's
Where
the
are you at now, and where were you like to be? And what would it feel like if you experienced life as you already have it? Because you are that, you're just unaware that you are that. You're all that and a bag of chips.
That's right. That's what I
Yeah.
tell them.
Yeah.
Okay, we're God's jewels. What are you thinking?
But
We're,
it's
you
interesting.
know what? Not to cut you off, but this is the issue I think that women have.
Mm-hmm.
See, people have an issue when you are confident
Mm-hmm.
and when you have high integrity.
Yeah.
So, for instance, one of my students who have a lot of trauma, and she's like, and here I am. I have a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that, we do, and nobody has really, just my opinion. You haven't went through the hell I didn't been through. I think I left the tunnel,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
However, anything that I do, anything that I say, I'm very, very inspiring, right? And so she says to me, "You are very, very confident. And sometimes people can take that wrong about you." I said, "Yes, because I don't care if I'm not rich. But here's the thing about my integrity. I hold to my integrity, and my confidence is so high. Look up there." So she looked up there.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "You can't even find it, can you?" That's how high I am. That's how,
No, you're gonna have to tell me. You're gonna have to tap me on the shoulder and say, "Baby, come back down, come back down."
and that's how I roll. That's who Pamela is. And sometimes women, and especially those whom are not and can't connect. See, me and you, we connect. And other women I have connected with. So they get it. We understand that we have no jealousy, no qualms,
No,
because what
no
you do,
competition.
I'm all for it. You go, girl, right?
Me too. Mm-hmm.
But women tend to have a problem and issues with other women whom are very proud of themselves. I'm gonna put it to you like that.
Yeah, but isn't it interesting? Some folks just have to think about, man. I think I have confidence, or I would like to have confidence, or I should have And then there's those ladies, those lioness that I am confident. I am. I and one thinks, one is. And there's no right or wrong. It's just where you're at. And there's no right or wrong here. There's no there's no polarity. So, either you are or you're not. It's whatever you're choosing for yourself to experience. And if you choose to be confident, then you are confident, because you are the most powerful being in your world. And when you tap in, and I don't need someone to tell me I am. I got it noted. I am. But once you tap into that awareness of knowing just who you are and how connected you are to God, to source, to fate, however and you are that presence of exactly everything you say you are. One thing for me, I'm gonna have to tell you, I'm gonna have to be real honest. Authenticity is a game changer for me. Being
Mhm.
authentically true to it, whatever. But as long as you are aware and you are authentically about it, I, I, I can't not judge. I'm not going to judge it, but I'm just authenticity is a big thing for me. And just showing up and showing out for whatever that looks like for you. Yeah. Not caring what other folks think, say, believe about you. That's none of your business. That is none of your business.
And that is so true.
Yeah.
Well, to me, you're more confident, such as myself. See, I don't have to be acclimated and have to for the world to clap for me. I clap for myself.
No, that's right. Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I clap for myself.
Because you don't march to others' beats. You are the beat.
I,
And that feels comfortable and right for you.
right.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tell me about your coaching and what would I get from the training if I hired you?
Okay. When you come work with me,
I love your energy. We get along just fine. I love it. Come on,
yes, girl,
girl.
yeah.
Finish silly, finish
But
silly.
once you go through my power journey course, you're there's no way you can be the same being, the same person, the same energy, the same frequency. There's no way. You will, and all of my testimony, all of my clients will tell you, you know, they were not the same person in that 8-week course as they started. So what I teach and what I'm going to bring is I hate to even say it is higher than, but it's powerful. It's energetically aligned. I'm going to get you to start to connect with the body awareness, start to surveil, observe what it is you're thinking about, what it is you are, what you are, what kind of programming.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's interesting. I your body, like I said before, your body is a tool. How many of us sit down? We can go to a concert, or for me, going to the grocery store. Oh my gosh, going to the grocery store and you put your body in these frequency fields, sitting down and watching the news. All that thing is what is that? It's you're watching a tell a lie for a vision. Tell a lie for a vision. They're telling you what to think, feel, and believe.
Mhm.
You're you're soaking it in. That's truth. You have no awareness. That's what because they said it is. That's what's. But they're telling you a lie through a vision. So there's an energy that is being projected and bombarded on you. So we start to gain awareness of on a frequency bandwidth what it is you're placing your body in. Mm-hmm. Because what kind of resonance? Because everything has a frequency, your cells of your body are mostly made of water. And you can go look at Dr. Emoto's research on what frequency does to water structure. Water is a data. It carries data. You can show a petri dish of water, a image for 10 minutes. Just sit, think of a petri dish with the word love underneath it, okay? And let that petri dish sit on that word love for 15 minutes. Go place that petri dish in a freezer for 30 minutes and you pull that petri dish out and the word love is going to be inside of it. Huh?
Okay. Okay. I like that.
Yeah. It's so interesting. We did an experiment at the school with children. We took 3 plants and each plant same kind of pottery dish, everything. So we set the 3 plants up and we had the kids come and speak to the plants because your words carry a vibration, carry an energy.
Absolutely. Makes plants grow.
Mhm. We had them tell one plant, "We love you. You are so beautiful. Oh, look at those green leaves." Second plant, we had them ignore it. The third plant, we told them to tell it how ugly it is, how negativity. Girl, within 3 weeks, that plant of negativity literally was
Why?
dying, dead. The
Yeah.
one that was being ignored, it was starting to the leaves, the branches were starting to
Yeah.
slump. That
Yeah.
one that you was talking positive to, girl, it was thriving and vibing. It was just out here, just green as could be. I don't care. Look at me. So your words, what you say, and if you're unconscious and unaware of what you're talking about and how it could affect other beings, because if it can affect a plant, which it is a being as well, it's God's creation. When you cut it, when you take it out of its home, the dirt, it dies.
Right.
So, just same thing as the body. So, being conscious and aware of what you're talking about, what you're speaking about, what you're sitting, what are you projecting and putting your body in?
Right. Right.
Then paying attention to the mind and yeah. So all of those are huge, huge factors. And then we take a look at the electromagnetic field, your energy field. What if you can read energy such as myself, I can see within your field, what's in your aura. Yeah. So we go in and take a look at that because we haven't been taught about energy hygiene. So we go in and take a look. It's interesting. It's a lot of fun though. It's a lot of
It
fun.
sounds like it. It
It
sounds like
is.
I like it. I like it. I am intrigued. I am intrigued. How
Yeah.
does your service shape what you do today?
How does my service?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's all about because in quantum physics, there's no thing as distance. So it's about sharing my energy, my awarenesses, my heart with my client because there's no distance. They're quantum entangling with my field and they're feeling it on an energetic level, what I'm putting out into their field. And so it is amazing when you get to work with somebody and they start becoming empowered. They start to recognize that they are the most powerful being. Their whole world starts to shift, change. They're starting to gain awareness of signs, synchronicities, messages. They're starting to feel connected when they go out into, onto planet Earth, connected with the trees. Everything's a sign, message, and a synchronicity, and just out here thriving and vibing. Because if you want to see a change, you first must be that change.
Absolutely. Say it again, girl.
Babe, if you want to see a change, you first must be the change. You are that ripple effect. So when there's nothing out here to fix, go right here. Everything's within. And when you tap in, get ready because your world is going to change.
I love it. I love it. Yes. I love that energy because that's the most important part of our
Yeah.
selling. Because
Yes.
we have that energy, and that energy is what pulls you in because you want that person to have that same energy.
Yes.
We got to get rid of that dull,
Yeah.
gloomy, sad energy. Yes,
Yep.
we need you to sit up.
And pull them
What
shoulders
a God
back.
pulls, baby, because that's who we are.
Yeah.
Right?
And what, and like we said just earlier, take on energetically and an emotion. And what is an emotion? Energy in motion, emotion. When you tap in and you're like, man, I'm out here thriving and vibing, shoulders back, chin up, out here smiling, laughing, having a good time. Feel that, and then feel sadness, sorrow, blame, shame, guilt, less than, not enough, worry, fear. And which one feels better? And which one do you think takes up more energy?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Absolutely.
You literally have to choose against yourself to feel that fear that you
Yes.
really do. You really got to work at it. You
Yes.
do.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot to do that. And I didn't know any of this until I faced my worst fear. And in 2020, I lost my only child.
Oh, I'm
And
so
that's what put me on this journey of knowing thyself because I knew exactly what it felt like to wake up every morning and absolutely no, no. I could have been consumed by that pain, all of that. But that was what was blocking me from connection with him, actually. So, yes, I'm out here thriving and vibing. I am not the society norm of what a grieving mother should look like. No, 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 no,
yeah.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like you said, it takes you down. You
It
start having
does.
diseases, being sick. Should we go on?
I mean, And you know what? I was like, okay, th- I'm I'm tired of being sick and tired. I'm
Being
tired
sick
of that.
time. Oh yeah. I came to that conclusion, which I'm bringing it up again with the UN. I'm done. I'm sick and tired. I am sick and tired and I'm done.
Yep.
And I was discussing it with my husband. I think, part of the problem is because what I was thinking, because when you're being chosen, why aren't you moving forward?
Mm-hmm.
But nobody understands why I am stuck.
Mm, mm,
Is it
mm,
them or is it me?
mm,
And you have to ask yourself that. It's
mm.
just not meant for me.
And you know what? You're divinely guided. If it was meant to happen, it would. It would
Right.
already, you know what I mean? And maybe that rejection is a redirection. Maybe because you haven't, source God is like, we're not going to waste your time right now. Let's just keep it moving. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so being absolutely grateful that no, that brings too much worry, stress, figure it out, get the right answer, be
Yes.
a good human. I got to do all of it. No, 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 no.
Yes.
I
And,
can't.
and things become very draining. So I
Yes.
look at who I am and how I present myself and what my expectations are out of the girls that go through my program. And I lead by example. And so this is not leading by example. This has become a pattern and a
Yes.
pattern that I have accepted.
Yes.
There's no change.
Mm-mm.
You
Mm-mm.
know,
Mm-mm.
so see me as I move forward because I have things
Yes.
to do.
And
I
you're
am white.
And you know, and I know, and anyone else that comes into that you would be such an asset to have across the stage to share, to ask the questions, to bring awareness to the UN. You have a gift. There's something here that needs to be heard. And for you to be jostled, juggled, well, this isn't a positive yet. No, we might offer you this. No, hold on. And do this over time, space, and continuance. You don't value me and what I bring. So you know what? I'm really busy on that next call.
Oh,
You know what I mean? I'm really busy.
I'm really busy.
I mean,
Don't
I will schedule a root canal.
right.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
send
busy. Ooh,
another, yeah. Don't send another official and no one else to reach
uh-uh,
out. I'm just like
uh-uh.
over it. So I
No.
have told myself, I prayed on it. I said, thank you. I'm grateful.
Yep. Yep.
But
Yep.
I gotta go.
Yep.
And I thank you because you answered my question. And not that I didn't know,
You already
but
know.
I still needed that mentor to enlighten me
You
because
already knew, but
sometimes,
yeah,
yeah.
but I get it. Something of you think that, oh, the UN. Oh, like that kind of might had looked good, you know,
Mhm.
maybe previous 2020 that on my resume. But you know what? Or my speaking, card. But girl, you still that asset. Who needs all that?
I know.
No.
God, can we
Then you
move?
have to go to New York and do all. Oh Lord.
Yeah, and it's ongoing. So that's fine. I'm
Yeah,
over it. I'm moving
I get it.
forward because I'm still international, so it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
So my next
awesome.
question is, what is the core message you would want readers to take away when you talk about helping people see themselves differently?
And that I think I feel like I'm repeating myself here on
Yeah,
in
you
this interview.
are.
But
You are.
for you to know how powerful, how divine, how magical, how you are such a powerhouse in this world. And when you start believing it, you'll see it. Because your belief system is what controls the reality. So, a lot of people, some of my clients, well, I have to see it to believe it. Well, baby, you got it backwards. Once you believe it, you will see it.
Right. Right.
So once you tap into that absolute awareness, I, I am that. I am that good. I am
Yeah.
that love. I am everything that's brought you to where you're at right here, right now, has been for your human experience, for you to learn, for you to grow. There's nothing, you have never done anything wrong. It's all for your growth. Because in that darkness, how would you know what light is? So when
Absolutely.
you're struggling, when you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this is happening to you, you are that light. And when you come out on that other side, man, I'm so God, God sure, God really did show up and show out for me this time because he knew I could do it.
Right.
I knew I could do it, but I just forgot I knew I could do it.
Mhm.
And when you tap into that everything is here for your soul's evolution, for your growth, for your expansion, for you to tap into your body, for your awareness, gain control of your mind, quit letting this thing control your world because this is the one thing that'll lie to you. It will tell you a bunch of stuff that's not true.
Mhm. Mhm.
It will. It will. And then, you know, when you have one of those down, low, worrisome thoughts, because you're going to have them, we're human. But when you think those and you catch yourself thinking that, guess what? Guess what you caught? You just caught your brain having a thought. That's it. That's all it was a thought.
Right.
It's not truth. So being observant of what it is you think, what it is you feel, what it is you believe, and what it is you wish to achieve. Because those three right there, your holy trinity, gaining awareness of those will shift your world, your mind, your reality, and your frequency.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Clock it.
I know. So we are up for time, but tell me, how can someone contact you in
Yeah.
regards to your services?
Yeah. Come hop on my website, Be like a bumblebee, Be Limitless Now. You can follow me on all of the social things. I don't really hop on there like I probably should, but get on there maybe once or twice, three times a month. It's not a daily, bi-weekly, it's none of that. But yeah, hop on there. But yeah, the best way to schedule a meeting or just like a 30-minute frequency reset call. Hop on there. Let's see where you're at.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
good. Hop on that website. Click on there because she has something to say. Well, readers, I have reached my destination, and I leave you with this quote. Awareness changes everything. The moment we become fully present, we open the door to new possibilities that may have been there all along. Bethany Shelton. With that being said, I thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.
Thank you for listening to All Roads 65 Max Radio with Pamela Henderson. Join us every other week on Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time on BBS Radio Station 1. And please visit allroads65max.org and become a volunteer or sponsor and be the change you want to see in this world. With your help, we can make a difference in our society and uplift those who so desperately need our help. Thank you for tuning in.